Battlefield 6. Should you pre-order Battlefield 6? That is the question that I'm getting lately in the last 4 days when I play Battlefield 6. Well, let me explain my experience with Battlefield 6 around these 4 days with beta test in the first week, because we're gonna have a second week and we're gonna get some more things added to the game, like more modes and another map, the New York map. And based on these 4 days that I experienced playing Battlefield 6 beta, I would like to say, yes, you should buy the game. Yes, is a solid build for this new Battlefield. Yes, for the guys that love this type of FPS, Battlefield is back. No, for the guys that love Battlefield 1. Maybe for the guys that love Battlefield 5, and maybe they will make a turn back and probably they will make a very interesting playthrough and maybe some great matches. Maybe for the Battlefield 2042 and maybe for the OGs with Battlefield 3 and maybe Bad Company 2, because basically what this Battlefield 6 tried to be is the successor of Bad Company 2, trying to replicate the crazy amount of destruction which is well made in this game, trying to make the roles important again, the classes, and each class in this game has a signature, and I think we just saw one signature of each class, because based on being able to choose a signature, it should be minimum 2 options, but I'm thinking maybe 3, and probably the rest of them will be unlocked with the release of the game, or maybe with more seasons to come as a new content to the game. My main concern with Battlefield 6 is the base players that play FPS willing to spend so much time like they used to with Battlefield 1, with Battlefield 3, with Battlefield 4, maybe with Battlefield 5, with Bad Company 2, and the new generation that is joining in this hype train, and maybe some parts of Call of Duty players, even though I think the Call of Duty players will never join this train, because once you are used to Call of Duty, you're not gonna like a different play, a different movement is a tactical play. You're not going to have the slide cancel. Even though in this game, apparently the slide is very aggressive. And from what I understand, DICE didn't mean to have the slide as aggressive as it is right now in the game in this beta test. I understand that will be tweaked and it's going to be slowed down maybe to the level of Battlefield 1. I saw some guys complaining that the movement in Battlefield 6, it's around 2010. So they see the game old as a mechanic and slow, but I don't think it is slow, considering that if you play with a soul class, you can slide, you can jump, you have that stim that is just increasing your speed, and you can play completely aggressive with that, considering that you can have also 2 types of guns, which mostly we're going to play with assault or SMG, and a secondary is going to be the new shotgun that it's really OP, and I think DICE should nerf it for the next beta test, because it's really OP and it's really annoying. Regarding the classes, all of them feels nice, mainly because of the signature. My favorite class in the game, it is the Recon, mainly because you can have a spawn beacon. I understand that might be changed and might be going to the assault class. I don't have a problem with that. You have also the motion sensor that it can detect the people around you, and you can also call the signature, which is a UAV that it's drone above you and it's going to spot the area, which helps a lot, especially in beta, because the footsteps in this beta test, it doesn't exist. You can hear your own teammates very loud, but when it comes to enemies, you can barely distinguish the footsteps, even though they are in the game, but they are toned down a lot and they are covered by the guns, by the explosions, by the noise environment, by different echoes and all kinds of sound effects. And most of the time somebody will rush on you, or maybe even a squad will rush on you, and you're not gonna hear a single footstep. And when you do, you kind of panic because you don't understand if it is a guy next to you or not. So I hope they're gonna fix that. Second thing that I would like to see change in the game is the sound. And what I mean with the sound is the fact that you destroy a tank, it has 3 guys in it, and you don't get the satisfying noise like you got it in Battlefield 1 when you kill 3 guys and you get that clink clink clink, and you know for sure that you got 3 guys in that kill plus the explosion itself. In this game, you just get a generic design on your screen. You see some skulls and you're not sure how many guys you kill, if you kill anybody, or if it was just something that just happened in the map and you didn't even participate to it. I hope they will do something about the sound and they will fix that, because we need that satisfaction, that feedback that is just confirming you that you actually did something great in the game and you got multiple kills. And also, I hope the headshot in the game, when you do with a sniper or with a gun, you get that bang, that loud bang for headshot that is just confirming you that you know for sure it was a headshot. It's not in the game. I hope they're going to put it in the game, and I hope they're going to fix that thing as well. I was wishing to see with the destruction, the Levolution that it was in Battlefield 3 or 4, when you can see a dam collapsing, you can see a crane collapsing, or you can see a big antenna collapsing. They did go for a lot of destruction, but not for this type of destruction, or yet we did not see in this beta on this maps that type of destruction. Maybe it's going to be in the game later with the future updates. We don't know for sure, but in this beta, I don't see that. I do like the system of tweaking your gun and modify your gun. Every attachments, when you change, you have a graph that is telling you exactly what you change and exactly what it does. If you lose something or if you gain something with putting one or another as attachment. I think the iron sight is very good in this game, and probably most of the time I'll play iron sight. Plus, you also with each of the attachments, you get extra information for what it does. Like if you move while ADS in, if you have recoil or not, if you have vertical recoil. So you get all kinds of details about attachments that helps you a lot. Plus you get the stats underneath, and it tells you the bullet velocity, the damage, the rate of fire, and all the details that you need when you modify a gun. And if you pay attention to those, you can make the gun almost feel like it has zero recoil. My favorite gun in the game, it is the MVO assault rifle, but I can say also the rest is pretty good. Also the M4 and also the SMGs do a very good job if you put the right attachments to it. As a sniper, I just try the only sniper that is available in beta, and I think once you put the right attachments, it's just a beast of a gun, and it shoots very fast. You don't even need to not ADS for a second shot, so you can use it as a DMR basically. The bullet velocity is fast. It doesn't have too much of a bullet drop, which is kind of nuts, and it goes exactly where you aim. I would like to see a different scope than that circle with the dot in the middle with the red thingy. I would like the cross instead of this, and I think that might be needed to be added in the game, but I can manage even with this one. I just hope it's going to be a cross as well for the sniper. Plus, I hope they're going to tone down the glint of the snipers in the background. When you play Liberation Peak, you're not sure if you're watching the stars on the nighttime or you actually watch thousands of sniper watching you and just intimidating you with that thing. So hopefully they're gonna fix that. Even if they are in the back of a cover, like in the back of the rock, you can still see the glint. And you try your shot, you're gonna shoot the rock because he's in the back of the rock, and you can still see the glint through the rock. That needs to be fixed. In terms of vehicles, first time in a Battlefield game, the vehicles don't feel important, even though for breakthrough, you need them to push some of the sectors. Without them, it's just going to be a camp fest. So you need the vehicles, but you also need the engineers to repair, because that was the main idea of this Battlefield, to team play and try to push together on the map. So they did very well with this, but I think they make the plane useless, at least on Liberation Peak. It's just a bomber basically. Attack helicopter feels like a heavy rock that is barely flying, and it tends to crash for no reason. I tried to fly it 2 times and I just crashed on the ground, and I didn't want to do it again. The tank doesn't have a splash when you shoot with the main cannon. I wish they will add a little bit of splash, because if you don't do a direct shot like a sniper shot, it just doesn't do damage, or if it does like 10-20 damage. So mainly the tank could kill infantry just with the machine gun, and also the gunner feels very nice, feels very powerful. You need to have a good gunner to survive as a tank, because he needs to clear the zone around you. So you need to be sure you have a good gunner always with you and a guy to repair you. It is good against vehicles, but overall against infantry, the tank doesn't do much of a damage. The only tank that does damage is the mini tank that has the explosive rounds. That might be a pain, especially with the people that repair in the back, because it does a lot of damage, and maybe they're going to tweak down the splash damage of that tank. It's not very annoying, because if you have 2 guys with, or even 1 guy with an RPG that it does the right damages, especially if you shoot them in the back, you do more than 50 damage or around 50 damage. So with 2 shots you can destroy them fast, or even with 1 shot, depends on the situation. And for the first time, the vehicles in Battlefield don't feel dominant anymore, and they don't feel they get easy kills like they used to in previous Battlefield, and I love that about this new Battlefield 6. I do love the maps. They are focused to infantry play. This game is focused to infantry play. I do love the closed combat or Cairo Iberian map, and I do like Liberation Peak 2, but it kind of feels that most of the time people will just camp with snipers on that map, and it kind of ruined the fun season because of that, especially on a breakthrough. Overall, what we try, it is a solid Battlefield. It's definitely, for me, it is an 8+. And I think with the latest changes and balances, the game will be exactly what people want. But is it enough? I would think if they will release the game, it's going to be great and fun to play. After 2 months, you kind of have maybe enough and you kind of do what you need to do in the game, especially if you play heavily like I do and if you spend a lot of hours into it. And I wish that with live service, the cycle between seasons is not 5 to 6 months for each season, and it's going to be maximum 3 months, and it's going to have minimum 2 maps each of the season. Otherwise, I think the interest for the game will drop heavily after 2 months, 3 months maximum. Or if the game is very good, then people will still invest their energy into the game, because this game also has a thing to make you just get better, learn and just get better. It feels like with each map, you just get better. And probably this achievement feeling make you put more time into the game and maybe get addicted to it like we used to with different titles from Battlefield. So if DICE does this, and it gives us a fresh new season with 2 maps and new guns and maybe new modes, probably the game will be relevant and interesting to play and maybe refresh every single time. But I think the old recipe with the DLC was way much better, because every 3 months, 4 months, you get 3-4 maps, and it was a guarantee, and it was completely new experience, and it almost feels like a brand new game just because the thematic of that DLC is completely new and it feels like brand new game. It just transformed the one that you already know and you already master, and you have the settings right, you have the guns right, and you just want to explore some more. And that thing was just completing the game and make it even better than the way it was. I'm not sure with the live service, I hope they improve it. But because it's a free service, basically, if you don't consider you want to buy the battle pass. Now, I'm not sure if the battle pass will be locked on for the guns. If the guns needs to be in the battle pass and you cannot unlock it for free, like you used to do it in 2042 when the new battle pass was dropping and the new guns was free, the new map was free. And if you can just play it because you buy the battle pass, then yeah, if they do that, I hope they give us enough content for each season. Otherwise, it's just not worth the money and nobody will care. So, should you pre-order Battlefield 6? My answer is no. And you're gonna say, why, man? It's a good game. You just said it's a good game. It's a decent, it's a solid date. Yes, it is. But what is pre-order? Pre-order stands for pre-ordering something because usually you get a physical copy and you want to have it day one and you want to play it day one, and it takes time to deliver physical copy for the game. Nowadays, people just buy it digital, and the moment that you press buy with your card and have the game, it takes 1 minute. So in 1 minute, you have the game. What is the reason to pre-order the game? None. Why should you pre-order the game? Because of the hype? No. Why I don't pre-order the game? Because I'm a very fanatic gamer. I'm a very fanatic Battlefield player. And I do streams for the last 8 years every day with Battlefield. Well, I don't, because I feel Battlefield let me down in the last 4 years minimum. And I feel I get zero recognition for that. And I feel they don't deserve my energy overall. I feel the last Battlefield 2042, I pay Ultimate Edition, I pay Early Access, and I struggle to play the game for 1.5 years. And I feel because I complete that game and I play the maximum level, which is very hard to achieve, the S99 level in 2042 is hard to achieve. It's a lot of minutes to play to achieve that level. Somehow, for me, it needs to be free, this new Battlefield. I will buy it day one, but I will buy the cheapest version, which is the standard version. And if I don't need to buy Battle Pass for guns and maps, I will not buy any Battle Pass ever just for skins. But what about you? Are you pre-ordering the game? Are you willing to put a lot of time in the game? Do you like the game? Do you like the beta? Do you think Battlefield is back? Let me your thoughts down below. And thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Noobskilla. Peace out.